people. Gonna set this up. I made a little short of what we will be doing here in a moment. Let's set this this tripod up here. Welcome, bow betters. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah. If you hop in the stream, please hit the likes up. See a lot of people doing these shorts going live, or actually just going live. I did the short. What? Let me that isn't gonna let me get me my power in here. I have the power. Whoa. Is that a bee on me? A bee on me? Bee movie? 1 second here. Boom. Bam. Yo. Welcome, bow betters. We are live. Live from Chicago. All right, let's see if yes, people, yes. Welcome, bow batters. Yeah, we're gonna smoke this Cameroon Toro. We're gonna smoke this cigar right now, people. There's nobody in there. New World Cameroon Toro. And that's why I know I got this from Norwood Park Royal Cigars, and this wasn't from Benny's. And I think I've had this before. I think I've had it before. I think I've had most of the AJ. This one's been there for a while. I got to come back. There's so many cigars that I need to get, but I just need some more money soon. So hopefully my dog play of the week works out. I'll mention that in a little bit. I mentioned it in my short. You could go to my channel. Please like and subscribe. Check it out. Ooh. Little tiny bee there. Little tiny bee. Getting a little fresh air. Take the cello off. You're going to see a lot of patina on this cello. Like, look at that. Look at that. I don't know if you could really, if it translates very well. Look at that. Look at that. You see how it's this thing's been sitting in that humidor in there and in that box for years. Years. I wish I could determine. Let me see if I could determine from the, look at that. Look at how aged this thing is. Look at how it's vintage. Right. Unfortunately, a lot of the flavor has probably been in there, so it's been fluctuating. And you see how different it is, the clear there. Look at that difference. So this has been in that humidor for, oh man, it smells fantastic, for a long time. Let me see if I can figure out how long it's been in there. Cameroon. No, 6x50. I don't think this is a 50 ring gauge, guys. That's a little misleading. Even as a Toro, it's a little misleading. To me, it's like a Corona Grande. I'm going to say it's like a 45, 46 ring gauge in that area. I actually do have a tool where I could measure the ring gauge because I have it for nuts. I believe it still works for cigars. I'm not going to do that right now because there's no point. But no, from the SKU number, I can't tell what the age is. I mean, in terms of like the year, like when it was there, but it had to have been there. Again, look at the cello. Hey, the person that's in here, if you could chat, send me something in the chat to make sure that you could at least hear me. I'd appreciate that. Any person that is in here, please hit up the like button when you come in and just mention it. But yeah, look at that. See, look at that. Look at the contrast. Man, that is, look at it. Clear, or let me show you this side. Like how clear it is, and this still has got some compared to that. That's pretty insane. Pretty insane. Oh, my lighter's over there. I have to get my lighter. But I'm using my trusty old cheap V cutter. This thing you can get at Vinny's. Makes that little V cut. You see the center there? Little PP cut is the other term I have for it that people enjoy, that people like to call it, a little PP cut. It works perfectly for these box press cigars. It is pressed, so it's going to work perfect. See? And you can't foul it up. There's no way you foul it up. You just put it right on in there, right? You can't mess it up. Put it in there. Boom. And look at the PP cut. Look at the little cut it gives. Sometimes I like to put the double X on them. So I'll do the double cut, the double V. And so it makes like a cross T cut. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to keep it with this cut right here is all that I'm going to do. I'm going to keep it there for the moment. But yeah, it's still pretty hot out here in Chicago. We still got some good weather. I might as well try to use this weather while I can. I should have been filming this for one of my reviews, but that's okay. We'll just be smoking it today. I won't be making a short out of it. We'll just be making this live. New World Cameroon here. Let me get my lighter. Yeah, welcome about betters. Now, one thing I love about these New World cigars, besides the quality of cigars, the bands are just giant and fantastic. I mean, it's a glorious band. I don't know if you could see that well. Just a pretty band. Again, the person that's in there in the chat, let me see. No, I can't see anything. I can't see if anybody's in the chat, but that's okay. If you could chat for me, I'd appreciate it. Anybody that's in here, I got 2 people in here. If you could send me a chat, hit up the like button. Yeah, this New World, AJ Fernandez just makes beautiful accoutrement, like accessories. Their boxes are pretty, and their labels are second to none. That's a giant, beautiful label. I can't get it in the focus enough, unfortunately. But yeah, welcome, bow betters. Welcome to Sip and Smoke, where we smoke fine cigars and discuss mixed martial arts. I'm your host here, Roberto, Beto, Uncle Bob the Slob. Feeling like a mobster with my sunglasses on out here. It's hot, little warm. Oh shit! What the fuck is that? Man, I got some mustard or something on my shorts over here. I don't know how I got that. That's no bueno. Mustard don't come out. We're gonna have to do some special stuff on that. Anybody have any recommendations for cleaning mustard? I must have got that last night somehow. Man, I don't know how I did that. That's not good. It's dried up there already. I almost want to stop the stream and get this thing clean, but no, I'm gonna smoke the cigar. I want to smoke the cigar. Yeah, people. So I got the little V cut, little PP cut. It's all $1 for these. Can't beat it. Great price. Can't beat it. Right? Makes it a very simple cut like this. Right, you guys can see that. Yeah, this cello was man, I'm impressed. I need to we're gonna see how this cigar is, because there's so many cigars I want to go and get. Like I'm impressed by, there was a New World Corojo actually that I was impressed by, that I wanted to get more of. Then the not the Le Bijou, but I smoked another. Oh yeah, the that was a Dunbarton. The last cigar I smoked was a Dunbarton Star, and I think I haven't put out the short on that, but the Dunbarton Star, the 1863 Star, that is an incredible cigar. And I don't think it's called the Dunbarton. He calls it something else, but it is a Dunbarton cigar. Well, I lost the only person that was in here. But yeah, oh wow. And I didn't even see all that, man. was off from yesterday, man. I ruined these shorts. I'm gonna have to get me another pair because they're so good. These are fantastic shorts, but I'm gonna have to get me new ones because I messed these shorts up. I didn't even notice that. Walking around with, yeah, it was last night. I had a couple hot dogs. They're like, get to the smoking already. No, no one's here, so it's no big deal. You can take your time, you know. Take your time, Runts. Come off them, twins. Come on, twins. I want that for free. Come on. 150. 150. I bet the cigar box for this is about 150. I don't think so. Actually, it's quite possible because they're either in a box of 20 or I think they're in a box of 20. We're in a larger box. Could be in a smaller box. I know the Toros I have, they're in a box of the New World of Toro. I believe there's in a box of 20. So these may be in the same thing. They might be in a box of 20. I'm not certain. I'm not certain of the price. I just know it's a Cameroon wrapper, and it's a vintage cigar. Obviously, it's been there for a while. We're gonna toast that thing up. One thing that's tough in this lighting when it's sunny like this, it's hard to tell where the flame is and if it's lighting or not. But I see it toasting. I see it charring. I toast the end in a little circle at first, and I'm rotating the cigar. Right now, see a little toasting there. It's working pretty good. And I'm keeping it way above as much as possible. Yeah, seeing that nice little charcoal that's starting to develop and that nice other ring that really is the toast. But yeah, I used a lot of fuel this lighter, but it works pretty good. At first, it was a piece of crap. I hated it, and now it's cooking. It's almost cooking too much. Yeah, there we go. And then once I got that nice ring on it, that's when I hit it to the center. Right? That's when I hit it to the center. Get that center ringed up like that. That's when I hit it like that. Give it a little waft. You know, it's growing pretty good. Then I hit it. Take my first little draw. Mm. Mm. And I'm just very partial to the Cameroon wrapper. Cameroon and the San Andreas broadleaf, but this Cameroon right here, this cigar, it hits on all my points. Everything that I look for in a cigar, that old world or new world quality, that little slight plantain sweetness, that fantastic earthy aroma, that jungle sort of aroma, that mustiness, that jungle mustiness. It right out the gate, right? I just know it has it. That's what I always like primarily seek in a cigar. So this might be because those Dunbarton Stars are pretty damn good, but this one for the price I know is a lot better. Mm. Wow. It's soft, aromatic, but yet still has all that jungle, has all that the richness still, despite being soft. All the flavors are very annotated or they're very distinct. Has that nice ash. Not quite a Cuban ash, it's a white ash. A lot of times with the Cuban cigars, they have a little bit more of a charcoal ash. This one has a white ash. A lot of Dominican cigars have that white ash as well. Still nobody in. Oh my god. Wow, this is really yummy. Uh, Welcome, bow betters. Mm. It has a little pepperiness to it. I thought it was smooth, but then when I had the drink, you could taste the peppery character to it. But I didn't taste it, and on my lips, that could just be from sweat earlier. So I don't want to attribute that to the cigar right away. Yeah, it's a sweat. It's a little sweat equity. I was out here a little bit. It's hot right now. Should have cleaned my whole mouth, you know, before I started this cigar, but that's okay. Yeah, I think the cigar deserved to have been smoked indoors someplace. Like it's soft and subtle, but yet rich, and it needed more of my full attention. But I could tell the construction. Look at how nice and uniform it's already burning. Like it's a fantastic constructed cigar. It's ready to smoke. Like there is no need to age these anymore. Like you smoke these now. Like they're at the point where they're going to probably start losing. They're at the other side. Whereas if you age them even more, you're going to lose flavor, right? And that's the other thing. Like sometimes when you buy these one offs, like even at a place like Nord Park Cigars, you're buying this. You bought it from this box, and you go back and you don't know what box is there, right? You could ask for the oldest box, but you might get something even older, right? I don't know where this selection came from, but um, shout out to Nord Park World Cigars. We definitely have to go and get a bunch of cigars, man. I'm sitting on a lot of cigars, but everything is like premium. Everything is like that I've been sitting on and that I'm aging is not cheap. It's not cheap. I almost want to run in very quickly and see if, in fact, that I am indeed live and recording, and that you could actually hear me. Right? Oh, we're doing a watch check. Seiko 5. Boom. Hope to bring this watch into vintage. Won't matter, right? It won't matter. It won't really increase the value of the watch at all. Too much. It'll retain its value though. Actually, it'll gain value because I think this watch, these SNKs, they were up in price already. They did gain value because they're discontinued. I paid like $79 for the Seiko 5 automatic watch. Thing is beautiful. Nice silver dial for fucking $79. Come on. You can wear your Rolex all day and nobody even really cares. Like I might notice it's a vintage Rolex watch, but unless it's somebody else's like a watch connoisseur or appreciator, no one's gonna really notice that vintage Rolex. And I paid $79 for this, and it probably looks better than some of those vintage Rolexes that you're gonna have to pay $4,000 for. It's very similar in design to this, right? They're gonna be in that $3,000 to $4,000 range, and I paid $79 for this, and I'm happy wearing this. Like whether just because it matches most of my outfits, matches goes well with the shirt I'm wearing. Shit, even looks good with the glasses I got on. Glasses, runts, with the runt set. Come on from twins. Come on, twin. 150. I didn't even pay 150 for this watch. Twins. I should smack you with this big. Come on, twins. 150. He doesn't even say what you get for 150. Is it 150 a quarter? 150 and a half ounce? An ounce? I mean, what you get for? You just get one. You just got the number 150. I like that guy. I think he does the both voices, and he puts the gun on the side like this, so someone would have a gun on me. Oh man, really? Come on, man! And then he records the other voice afterwards. Pretty well done. Pretty good idea. Silly, but it works. I watch it. I laugh at it every single time, even though it's the same damn thing. You know, the things people do to get on YouTube with that YouTube fame. Wait, I had 2 people in. Please comment. Somebody please comment, like, subscribe. We're smoking the AJ Fernandez New World. Really, really good cigar, guys. Really, really just top shelf for the price. But then again, everyone's got different tastes and everything, and that's it. But it's in my lane. It's in my realm of what I enjoy in a cigar. I'm more into that hearty, more robust. Again, jungle, plantain, oils, earth, strong in the sense of not like peppery strong, but like strong that I could tell how aged it is, and I could taste the dirt, and I could feel and have the aroma of walking into the barn it's been aged in. When I feel like I want to walk through the jungle with a cigar and I could still smoke it, even though it's humid and musty, I would still love to smoke this in that area. That's sort of like the cigars that I love, and this has those characteristics. I think the V cut's not letting me get the draw that I normally would want, but that's okay. That the little V cut I think is going to help me smoke it slower, right? It's going to slow down how much I can draw, because it's just going to be more of this sharper draw, and it's going to be less, right? So I'm not going to be able to get as much smoke, but the flavors are still so well pronounced that I really don't need that bigger draw. I like it, but I don't need it. It's actually helping me that it is at this little V cut. Please, one of you guys, can you comment that you could at least hear me? I'm not trying to get things up or participation up or anything. But do hit up the like button. You could subscribe. I am the Bout Better. I do MMA reviews while I smoke cigars. We're not doing MMA at this point. Although if you wanted to talk fights, we could talk fights. At this point, I will give you my dog player of the week. It is not Ignacio Bahamondes. I was saying Bahamundes, like it was a U, but it's actually an M-O, Bahamondes, in his bout against Manuel Torres. I think he's going to destroy Manuel Torres. Bahamondes is a lanky guy, excellent kickboxer, uses his range so well, good defense. He doesn't even need his defense. He's going to have more range. He's going to have the kicks are going to be fierce. He's going to kick the living shit out of Torres, and Torres is going to want to try to grapple. And Bahamondes is Mamondes. I keep getting it wrong. I keep getting it wrong, even though I know I corrected myself. Somebody, please. I don't want to leave the camera and then go check on my computer if this is going live. You could just comment, say, hey, I hear you, give a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Hit a like as well, but if someone could actually comment, say, yo, okay, we can see you, I'd really appreciate it. But yeah, Bahamundes, I think is his father was a champion kickboxer. I believe he is from Peru. Peruvian dudes or he's either Peruvian or from Chile. I believe he's from Peru. Peru's got their people are fierce, man. They got their own brand. I don't know if you guys have ever seen it, like their own brand of like customary fighting, where the guys dress up in their cowboys with these basically look like cowboys, like Indian cowboys, and they wrap up their hands and they just scrap. Like there's no kicking allowed, and they just punch and it's not. I believe sometimes it is about disputes. Like if you have a dispute with somebody, there's a time of the year or festival where you could like challenge somebody. But I think it's also just tradition. Like it's a rite of passage for young men to fight each other. And these motherfuckers, they nearly kill each other in these fights, man. They just keep going. Like there's no judge. It's when the fighter quits and that's over, right? When the other guy gives up or he's knocked out, that's when it's over. So they fight to the finish essentially, right? And it's not point fighting. There's no kicking. There's no wrestling, grappling. It's just striking affair. And man, it's brutal. And I think Bahamundes striking is brutal. I think he came out here and he trained over here with Bilal Muhammad here in Chicago. So he's somebody that helped probably Bilal and vice versa. They help each other. Saw the ash fall off. It was a nice ash too. It's unfortunate, but still a great burn. Look at that tip. Still really, really nice. Guys, hit up the like button. Please hit up the like button. Also, please, 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 if someone could just chat and let me know that you can hear me. I'm assuming I'm good since 2 people are in here that you can indeed hear me. I don't know that for certain. I'm not positive of that. And that's why I'm asking you, please, just somebody say, hey, I could hear you. Thumbs up. Cool. But yeah, Torres is a tough guy, though. And he's another one of those Tijuana fighters. And he's basically in his home, his backyard in California. And then all the Mexican fighters are going to have a big advantage. Big advantage. It's going to be a heavy. It's called Noche. You've seen Noche. Of course, he's, Bahamund is a Latino too. He's from Peru or Chile. I think he's from Peru. But all the Mexican fighters. And there's another Mexican girl facing one of the Brazilians who's pretty badass that has a good chance as well as an underdog. I forget her at the moment. Maybe once I'll run and I'll check in here in a sec. But man, this cigar, guys. Nothing new. Oh man, so good. The New World line has been around for years. They're all just, the whole line is just, the whole New World line is just fantastic. I'm so impressed with them. I'm going to take the bottom band off. Oh no! Man, come on, twins. Man, come on, twins. Oh, twins, come on. Come off that. Come off that band. Bands to make good dance. Shit, I'm gonna give no fucking women no bands to fucking dance for me. Shit. Better be doing more than dance for me. Give me some. If I give you a band, shit, you're gonna be doing a lot for a band. If I give you a band, you're gonna be doing more than dancing. A lot of other things for a good amount of time too. It ain't gonna be quick. It's not a quickie. The other big band's gonna come out pretty easy. It's almost peeling off right now as it is. Mm, wow. Like I said, just you know, great plant. That plant. That's what I love about Cameroon cigars. It has such a nice, sweet, but yet hearty character, like a plantain. It's just so good. I don't know what happened there. What's going on here? Heard something. Do I hear? Do you people hear me? Whoa, whoa, whoa! What the? Come off that, man! Come off that, bro! How these look? How these sunglasses look? What do you guys think of these sunglasses? These Ray Bans. They're prescription. Yeah, I don't like that they put the Ray Ban and the P. I don't know if you guys can see that right there. Oh, these Ray Bans. Oh, these Ray Bans. Look at me flexing. How do I flex to people? Oh yeah. Oh, look at my fake Rolex, my Seiko. I got some kind of a notification. I wonder if these things. Let me see. People, when you don't comment, like, and subscribe, when I don't hear you. Let's see. Let's see. Whoa! Did it drop me for a moment? Man, this technology, man. That's all right. We have 2 people. Maybe they reconnect. Maybe they don't. Let me go check. Let me go check that I'm live while I have nobody here. Do that. Well, I don't know if the headphone mic was working, but this mic is indeed working. What up? What up? Welcome, Bow Butters. Welcome to Sip and Smoke. Come off them runts, man. 150. I want them for free. Hit up the likes. Thank you. Thank you for the one like. I got one like. Cheers. Salud. I think the biggest favorite on the card is Raul Rojas. Like Chiwiwi. Chiwiwi. He made the Chiwiwi shirts. That's smart. Hopefully he's marketing those, selling those. That's what Dana likes. I think this whole, like, look at Sean O'Malley. Rosas Jr., they went back to protecting him. They gave him, like, somebody that, and they're going to continue to do that. They're going to wait a little bit, give him guys that he is going to be, have advantages over, like, for another 2 more fights. And then, this one and one more, and after that he's got to fight somebody that's moving forward, somebody legitimate. I mean, they did it with Patty Pimlet. It's just like, who are they going to give him? I think somebody that would they would give him. Though I know a lot of people are talking about Jim Miller against a boy, man, from Boston, another East Coast guy who still has one fight with the UFC, but I don't know if he wants to fight with them. But like Jim Miller might be a good, and I hate to say it, like that, as that gatekeeper, that big fight for Rosas Jr., where I think he'd might have advantages on the feet, right? Just in terms of his length and his lengthiness, pretty much. Not in the grappling. I don't think he's going to want to grapple with him, but I think that might be a good send-off for both Jim Miller and Rosas Jr. Because if Miller wins that fight, he could just hang it up. Right? I mean, Miller is never going to get a title shot at this point. He could roll off 5 wins, and they're not going to put him in. I don't know how many fights. He probably only has like 2 more or 1 or 2 more fights on his UFC contract. I don't think that he really cares about that. I think he wants to finish his career off in the UFC. This is what we're smoking, people. The New World, Cameroon Selección. Man, their bands, like I said, it says the Cameroon there and has that grain. Their bands are just fantastic, as well as the quality of their smokes. Not bad at all. I don't know how well you guys can hear me. Nobody's chatting, and one person was watching. Just watch. Just stay in here. But yeah, I think that would be a nice fight for him. But we're jumping the gun. Every fight is a fight. That dude still got a chance. I think there was another big favorite on this card, but Rosas Jr. appeared to be the largest favorite. I don't want to go looking right now. I don't have my computer. I don't have another means or another phone to look at some of the other fights. But another fight that I was interested in is the fight between Irene Aldana. Is it Aldana? Irene Aldana versus Norma Dumont. Dumont's dog is pretty good in that fight. But here's the problem for Dumont is she is primarily a kickboxer. Like, she just doesn't ever, even though she has some good jiu-jitsu and has that grappling, never uses it. Right? I think she came from a fitness background as well. And I think Irene Aldana also came from a fitness advantage, but her boxing is going to be much sharper, and she's going to have a huge reach advantage against Norma Dumont. Norma Dumont is very thick in a good way, and in a good way for a fighter. If she would have just grapple more, improve her wrestling with a lot of Brazilians, man. It's crazy because it's like a a nation that is famous for their jujitsu and for their MMA, for their grappling, like their jujitsu and MMA grappling, and yet they focus so much like on they're great strikers. Like they might not actually. Pieta did win his glory kickboxing. He was pretty successful. They might not be most successful in boxing and in kickboxing, but in the MMA boxing area, striking area, Brazil has always been there. I can't say that they're just coming up because you look at like Lyoto Machida, Anderson Silva, fucking Vitor Belfort. Like, come on, like to ignore that they've also had a long history of great strikers is stupid. Like, I'd be an idiot to say that like they are not a great striking nation, despite being primarily known for their jujitsu. But of late, it hasn't been the jujitsu. And it's been the striking, and you see like somebody like Gilbert Burns, the jiu-jitsu, he got eaten up by Brady. Like, and Brady's striking is not like top notch. Burns, trains with Henry Hoof, been there for years, and wasn't able to utilize his grappling. I don't know if something was wrong with him, but man, he seemed a little washed. Maybe it's just time, right? Like, he's taking some beatings in there. Mm. Man, the flavors on this, guys. Highly recommend this cigar. The whole New World line. I've had all of them. The Connecticut is fantastic. My favorite, of course, is the Oro, right? That's my favorite cigar. I even like uh, the red label one, and I'm not even a fan of that type of leaf. And even that is like the best the Corojo, and that's like the best Corojo I've had. And I'm not a fan of Corojos, and I would buy that cigar. I'd buy that cigar again. And I think it has a lot more to do with the tobacco that's coming out of AJ Fernandez. Like, they have, the right blends, the quality's there, but the blends and the quality as well. Like this Cameron wrapper, I normally like it a little darker, but the flavors are there, and it's time. This one, like I said, it was from Norwood Park Royal Cigars, and it's time to smoke this sucker. You see, well, I don't know where the cellophane went to, but a lot of the oil slipped into the cello, and this one's ready to smoke, man. Here's a question for you guys. Do you think, like, oh my God, that's so good. Like, it's burning fast, even though I have the smaller cut. And I think a lot of that is because we're in the sun and we're outside. There's a little wind, but there's not a ton of wind, but that wind is enough to keep it sort of fuming. Premium aged cigar. Man, this was definitely a premium aged cigar. Please comment. I think you guys can hear me, so I'm happy enough that I heard it, on the computer. I heard the birds chirping when I stepped away, and there was nothing but the chair here. But would appreciate some commentary, help out with this discussion here, right? So, but I got, not necessarily a gift of gab, but I could talk. I wish I was able to talk about some other things, but yes, we'll going back to UFC Noche. Actually, we'll leave that there. Um, Good Valentina Shevchenko versus Alexa Grasso. Why is this happening again? Alexa Grasso has beaten her already twice, legitimately. Even if the second fight was close, it's still a legitimate victory. And it's out of respect to Valentina. I get it. And Valentina sells. People love Valentina. I love the Bullet. Like, she's one of my favorite fighters in history. She's pound for pound one of the best fighters ever. Like, she's up there. I think if she loses, then she should just retire. Right? I think that she should have just, um, it's hard for her to go back. Even like Joanna did. Take some time off and see, just like Max Holloway. He didn't take no time off. Max still went back and made some big fights. Valentina, I guess. What's a big fight next for Valentina? With the loss, Valentina has nothing to gain in this bout. Oh man. Oh man, it broke it was age. It fucking tore the wrapper. It broke the wrapper right there. But look at how, boom, a beautiful cigar band that is. Right, back. Attention to detail. It's fantastic. Love these cigar bands. Fabulous. Interesting. Yeah. See, part of the wrapper was on there, and it tore the wrapper a little bit because it was there so long. It's right there. It was in this wrapper so long. It's so aged and humidified that it tore the wrapper a little bit. Mm. You know, when I'm doing these streams, I think sometimes it's hard for me to really, really just enjoy the cigar, right? Like I can't enjoy it just for the smoke's sake, which I think it's a little injustice, a little bad for the smoke, but it's still a good cigar. The notes are there. We're like halfway through the cigar, and that plantain is there. It's so ever present. It's just so good. It's my favorite characteristic of any cigar. Any cigar that has that little slight sweetness to it, that has that earth. Again, I always go back to earth, and you can taste like it's not peat, but you taste the earth, and you taste like its richness with that little more of a fruit, because plantain is a fruit. I think plantain. Yeah, plantain is a fruit. Mm, it's back there, man. On the back, it's there. It's my favorite characteristic of any cigar. If you have a cigar that tastes a little, I don't care even if you could call it like corn. You know, if it has that little corn characteristic, psh, I'm all over that. Cigars like that have that little light sweetness to it, right? Like, and this has that. It's not flavored. It's very natural, well aged, well balanced with that plantain with that earthiness, and again that jungle. Like I want to taste the jungle. I want to feel like I'm in the jungle when I'm smoking the thing. Right? I don't know how bad smoking a cigar would be in the jungle. It might be a little helpful considering all the fucking bugs. Hopefully, it's keeping the bees away from me out here right now. But yeah, I see the little break in the wrapper there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Like the band was so attached. Was so, yeah. See it? You can see it better there. Was so had been there so long. When I took the band off, the wrapper broke off a little bit. Unfortunate. And seeing that though, one thing I like about that, and not so much I like about it, and I see why it suffers a little bit as a Cameroon, is the wrapper is not very thick. I like the thicker sort of wrapper to it. That's why I like that broadleaf, and the Cameroon it's a little thicker. I think they this particular one suffers a little bit. It could have had more flavor and been more robust if the actual thickness of the wrapper were a little better. I lost somebody, but that's okay. They weren't participating. They weren't talking anyways. Welcome, bow betters. Whoa. Welcome, bow betters. Yeah, it's still real hot out here. I'm getting some sun. Definitely getting the sun. What up with them? What's up with the runts, though, man? them runts said I can't be smoking them runts, but I still like to get some for free. Gotta come up off those runts. Yeah, imagine somebody jacking me for my cigars, taking and giving. Actually, they'd be smart. If somebody came around my house and like got into the cigar fridge, the Frigidor, and fucking took the full boxes I have, those are 200 a pop. I don't know who they're able to sell them to, but they'd come up on some good smokes. That's for sure. You're not, they not may not be able to resell them, but they're definitely coming up on some good smokes. And everything, as I mentioned at this point, is vintage. Everything I've had in there now for over like a half year, and then I purchase them. What I do, and I ask the guys when I buy the box, I want the oldest, and they know. Like at Nowhere Park Rural Cigars, the guys that work in the humidor there, they already know uh, the oldest ones. Like he'll reach up, he'll go up, you know, on top and grab like the older box for me, and he knows how to look at them. Maybe he could read the SKUs better because he's familiar with this product, and he could just like, yeah. And I'm like, hey, are you sure this is the oldest one? And then sometimes I even bought like the last box. Nowhere Park Royal Cigars. You ever here in Chicago? I know Uptown's pretty good. They're great. They've been here forever. They've been there forever. They have fantastic cigars as well. Notice I don't call them sticks. I mentioned this in my last stream. Don't call the cigar sticks. It's rude. It's just when I hear that, it's like, you know, uh, someone scratching the chalkboard. It's like you just I just don't like that. So don't call them sticks or cigars. And yeah, there's another cigar shop downtown which I haven't visited, but Nowhere Park Royal Cigars. And can you get great cigars at Benny's? Hell, fucking yes. Benny's actually got some really good prices. There's a bee on my head, isn't there? I can't. I'm not gonna swipe at anything. I think I almost got bit earlier. Stung, I should say. Kind of bite. But yeah, you can get good cigars there. But I think it's better to go to a place like Norwood Royal where the prices are the same. I think the big difference here's the big difference is at Benny's you're gonna have a chance to get their yellow tag clearance cigars at Benny's. Like you can't beat that price anywhere because they do volume and they're just trying to like create shelf space. They need a hole to get rid of and put a different product in there. So they put some of their cigars eventually. Oh, here's that cello again. Look at that thing. I was in there. That was in the humidor for a long time. Long time. Come up. Mm-mm-mm. But the advantage of having the cigar collection is times like these. Like I'm on hard times, things aren't particularly fantastic, but I have like already had the means to purchase, you know, something that I still enjoy, that I can enjoy with you or enjoy just myself. I will watch an event, still have a cigar, like Monday Night Football. Could still have a good cigar this coming weekend. This is the cigar of the week, of course. The AJ Fernandez Cameroon. Like, but there's two people in here. Nobody still chatted. And all I need is somebody to comment something about, like, even this weekend's fight. I talk about Irene Aldana versus Norma Dumont. I'm going to take Irene Aldana. I think she is the favorite in there. Dumont is a live dog, but I don't think she's going to be able to, like, Irene Aldana with that Mexican. They're a good team. Like, you see all the Mexican fighters, all the, even Torres, who I picked against. He's in a good camp. He's in a good spot and I can't believe that Ortega's a dog against Lopez. I can't believe he's a dog against Lopez. Ortega should be the favorite there, but Lopez has just been impressing. He's been surging lately, and he's got all the momentum. And he could be fast tracked into a championship position. How he would do against Makachev? Is he ready for that right now? Yeah. you know, with the defeat against Ortega, he might get there, right? Actually, they're fighting in different divisions. What am I saying? They're not at lightweight. This is a 145 bout. Would he put himself on path to fight Topuria or Max? I think so. I think a victory for Lopez is put him into that championship discussion. Although I don't think it's fair because, or right, but fucking Ortega's been top 5, even though he hasn't fought like in 2 years, right? He hasn't fought in a long time, man, and he doesn't seem like the same person. I like his composure, that he is so calm, that he is like. There's only three people in the chat. One person chat. Did somebody chat? I don't know if they did. I don't see it. Yeah, there's 3 people. Like it up, like up, like it up, like it up. Welcome to MMA Sip and Smoke, where we discuss MMA and smoke fine cigars. Today we have the AJ Fernandez Cameroon cigar, the Cameroon Selection from AJ Fernandez. All of the New World line, guys, highly recommended. Can't speak enough on how much I like the AJ Fernandez Cameroon smokes. Drink whatever you want with them. Drink whatever you want with whatever cigar. Now, you don't have to be a drink snob or a cigar snob. Well, a little bit of a cigar snob. I mean, there are some cigars I think that are novelty cigars. I don't smoke anything that's flavored. I'm not a fan of like. Actually, I haven't tried the Ocho Cinco cigar. I haven't tried that cigar yet, and I did do the chef cigar, Mr. And I met him, great guy. The Ferretti? I forget his name. Makes good food, great chef, legitimate chef. And a legitimate cigar smoker, been smoking as long as I have. I've been smoking now, I want to say since I was like 19 years old. So we're in that, over 30 years range we've been smoking these cigars now. Like, so I know for a newcomer to this stuff, it's been part of my life, my whole life. I've been smoking cigars my whole life. Like legit smoking cigars. Like I used to buy boxes and smoke Macanudos back in the day. Like when I'm still just in college, right? We smoking Macanudos and Partagas. Those were my favorite. Macanudo and Partagas were my favorite. I can't tell you how long. It's actually, I can't, when I did, that's not true. I did a short, the Macanudo Cafe. That Kinetic Cafe is, for the money, a great cigar. Macanudo Cafe. If you're a newbie or not, even not a newbie, how many people I got in here? There's only one left. Only one person left. Only one person left. What do you guys think of these glasses? Huh? You see the Ray-Ban over here? You see the Ray-Bans? I should have got the prescription sunglasses. I think they originally came, and I had to change it with a brown lens. And these are these blue charcoal. It's hard to see. Yeah, there's that blue. I see it when you see it like that. And a lot of people don't like the thicker. Like, I think these are excellent for what they are. And I want them to coverage. And they're not going to be like, it could be the beach lenses. I can still wear these at the beach. I'm in the sun right now. It is still a challenge. They're UV protected. So I'm at least okay with my eyes being this way. In terms of my eyes being protected. That tear we're going to work because it's so well rolled. And if you get a little tear like this, don't fuck with it. Don't try to fix it. I know they have things that fix it. Don't put anything on it. Just smoke through it. It's going to smoke through that. It's going to come out fine. It's still uniform because it was so well rolled. It's going to be able to come through there nice and even. Look at the placation on this cigar. Like you could tell it's so well rolled, like a master roller. Like one of the better people was on this cigar, right? They were on this cigar, so it's a better smoke. Mm. Yeah, I might get off soon here. The cigar is coming down to an end, so uh, the main event. I think it's O'Malley at Dog Money when he like a month ago, 2 months ago, was the play. He's at like I think a minus 135 favorite now. That might sway you possibly a little bit on the Devashili side if you're looking for a little value. Like I think it should have been an even money fight. It's not going to be that. People are going to be jumping on O'Malley, and he's going to surge, like to at least to like the minus 150, minus 180 range. And if you're on Devashili, if you think he's going to win, wait until he's a bigger dog, right? He was once the favorite, now he's the bigger dog. He was an idiot for like he has switch coaches, right? But who knows if that's a good thing? I'm certain he's still training really hard. The guy is an incredible MMA wrestler. Like his rest. I think he has the most takedowns in the 145 division in history, and he has the highest or the highest and best takedown ratio of any active fighter, or probably the best of any fighter ever. And we're talking like I think all of UFC, not just not like his takedowns. I think he's got more takedowns than anybody. Like his average per fight and like how many takedowns he has, and I'd have to check that, of course. I'm talking like Trump right now. I'm just mentioning he's the best ever. But his MMA wrestling, and that's the biggest test for Sean O'Malley, is if he doesn't catch him, if he doesn't clock him, and if he gets taken down, because he got taken down by Peter Yan. Peter Yan even controlled him, right? And Peter Yan's not a wrestler, right? And he's Devashili, but Devashili just has to, and he's seen that mistake. And I think the problem is Devashili is not accepting or acknowledging how good of a counter wrestler O'Malley really is. Like, he'll accept how good of a striker he is, but he doesn't believe, and he needs to. Please like and subscribe, people. Like up. Give me. Oh, nobody's in here. Is nobody in here? One person. Give a comment. Somebody will comment. And when you lose your ash like that, it's good to give it a little draw, right? Or puff. You could say puff. Make sure that it's still lit. Give it a little. Oh my God, it's such a good cigar. That wood, strong cedar, the finish of that plantain. A little. I wish it was more plantain and a little less cedar. Like it's had that wood characteristic and earth, but the wood is a little too much. I love the wood. Don't get me wrong. I'm not, like on the scale of let's put the scale of 1 to 10. This Cameroon, I'm gonna give it an 8.5, 8.5, which is a strong. It's not in the 9 club, and I'm a little disappointed it's not in the 9 club because it's ready to smoke, and it's been probably in that humidor with our Nord Royal cigars for a good few years. Like looking at the wrapper, the cello, it's been there a long time. Hit up the likes, hit up the comments, people. See how that little wrapper tear ends up being nothing? Came nominal. But unfortunately, what it did show me is that the actual wrapper itself is very soft. It's very thin, right? It's burned through it now, but it shows me that they didn't give that it wasn't the best Cameroon wrapper available. And if you're going to smoke these Cameroons from the batch I got, or if I went back there, I got to purchase them to smoke soon. They're not going to be aged. I don't think aging is going. Because it doesn't have that leaf that's a little thicker for me as a wrapper that I see. That is, it's not going to be able to sit longer and gain any sort of attributes that enhance the cigar. I think it's going to start, like I mentioned earlier, it's on the weighing side. It's going to start to lose a lot of the flavor that it has. And for those, this is still not a nub for me. We're almost at the end of the final third. Still not nub. When it's nub, I can barely hold it. That's what I consider a nub for myself. Yeah, like that cedar is starting to come through. I don't like that. And I think if it were a better quality Cameroon wrapper, it would not have the cedar taste that it's starting to have, and it's burning a little hot. Even though we can't tell, it's still fantastic burn, it's still good, but I could tell from the flavor that it is a little hot. Fucking love the Cameroon wrapper. Love the tobacco from Cameroon. My two favorite of late. I still love a Connecticut shade. Don't get me wrong. I still love a Connecticut shade. I still love a Habano. I still love Sumatran. But my two favorites have always is still. I'm still leaning stronger to both Cameroon and the Mexican San Andreas broadleaf are my two favorites at this time. It's hard for me to get away from how good. Let me put this down a little bit like this. Interesting. Oh, that's the shadow from the TV that I have hung up. Interesting. What is it? Oh, that's a light bulb. It's like I'm wearing a chain. I'm wearing a chain. So I can put myself better, stronger frame. But AJ Fernandez, they make their whole line, their family, fantastic cigars. Like nowadays, like I mentioned, a lot of people like there isn't. It's hard to buy a bad cigar, and that's why I would say like away from like the knuckle sandwich, the those novelty people like have their own cigars. I think the only person that's been able to break the mold of a boutique brand, there's a couple of them for sure. Dunbarton, right? They're purchasing probably from everybody. Um, and their blends and the quality of the tobacco that he's getting is insane and worth the price. Like, I don't know how he did it. Not a lot of people could break into the cigar market unless you have those relationships. And I guess he had previous relationships with a lot of the tobacco farmers and cigar manufacturers to get the lots that he's getting. But like in life and everything, it's all relationships. Like in business, if you could, and you have a great relationship with whatever, like you're in the pizza business, who you get your cheese from matters. Who you get, your tomato sauce, tomatoes from matters, right? What tomato sauce you're using, what vendors of your cheese you're using, all that matters. It all ends up being part of your end product, and that's what what makes these cigars, because it's AJ Fernandez and it's them, right? They're not sourcing it. They probably control a good portion of. They're probably diversified internationally, where they have people in those areas, in Mexico, in Honduras, in Ecuador, in Africa, in Sumatra, that are actually observing and taking care and manicuring and taking care of the product they're getting out of those countries. I hate doing this talking with my hands. But it takes that. You have to have the resources and the people there to maintain like the quality of your product. Like if you're just buying it blind and they're just shipping bundles of tobacco to you, yeah, you could see it once it gets there. And a lot of people do that with marijuana. They do it with their T-shirts and their sourcing shit. By the way, these I wanted to say export. These shirts are fucking fantastic, man. Got these on sale. When these Under Armour shirts are on sale, they're 50% off. This thing was like $10, even though it was like I should have got like 3 of them, even though it was only one color. Just get them because they're so good. They're so good. You can work in them. You can walk around with them. I'm in the sun right now, direct sun. I'm not even like sweating over here. It breathes so well. Just so breathable, so light. Like fantastic product, man. I like Under Armour. I like their sunglasses. I like their bags. Everything they got is pretty good. Spot on. In fact, at work, especially in the wintertime, I think it's better than the North Face stuff. You buy that Under Armour, their winter shield or whatever they call their stuff for winter, the thicker of the same material but thicker. It's the best shit. And their long underwear. That's all I wear is Under Armour. AJ Fernandez. Not one person chatted. Not one person commented. My goodness, you guys make it hard. So I think that O'Malley is going to take this because even though Dvalishvili gets his takedowns, O'Malley is pretty good at his submission defense as well. We've not seen it before. He's not bad on his ground. In fact, his coach is a jiu-jitsu specialist. He's a black belt instructor in jiu-jitsu. So he's been working his ground game. He's good in the ground. And Dvalishvili's going to have a hard time. He might get him down, but he's going to have a hard time scoring points on O'Malley as O'Malley's trying to get up and doing everything proper to get up, right? So that's why I'm leaning on O'Malley to win this out, defend his title, and then what's next for O'Malley? All right, we'll see what's because he could definitely go up. He could go up. I don't know. He wants to fight like a Makhachev, but I think he should do what Adesanya did and test himself going up. When Adesanya went up against Polish Power, I think O'Malley should do the same thing. Oh no, wait, I got some chatters. Oh, I do. Oh, real news. What? It was restricted. Oh, I wasn't seeing your comments, real news. I'm sorry, buddy. Oh, Contender Series tonight. No picks for the Contender Series tonight. I haven't examined it. No, Real News MMA. Good to see you, brother. Real News MMA. Go check out his camp. Good to see you, bro. I thought you were gone, man. Happy to see you in the chat. No, I don't have any picks for Contender Series tonight. I didn't look at it at all. And I've not done the research. And it's hard to research some of those guys because you have to go and look at their LFA fights or the amateur fights. And I just didn't do the diligence. So I don't have any picks for tonight, guys. We're focused on the end of the week. You know, Bahamundes. I'm sorry, not Mundes, Mondes. Bahamundes is my upset or dog of the week. I think that he's going to take Manuel Torres. He's going to win a decision on that and or knock him out. Bahamundes, he's a finisher. He's got finishes. But I think Torres is such a tough guy. And it being, again, home crowd for Manuel Torres, but I still think Bahamundes, I keep saying it wrong, is going to win that. So, yeah, there was nothing else. But thank you for commenting. I appreciate that. Yeah, I should have gotten the bifocals with these prescription sunglasses. I should have got them so I could read small little text like that. But your other comments for some reason were removed because they were restricted, which is odd. I don't know why. All right, now we're at the nub, guys. This is like nub. When you could barely fucking hold that thing, it's nub. And then look at the construction. It's the that's why I only did the small little V cut. That helps retain the integrity of the cigar. If you're going to smoke it to a nub, which I knew I was going to do, right? So that's the another advantage of just doing a V cut is that it helps because most of the wrapper is still there. I mean, the cap is still there, and you can still see the line of the cap. So that helps actually, and it helps you smoke into the we get to this stage, right? So another advantage of the V cut. V cuts are I wouldn't recommend with cigars like this. Was not a genuine. It says 50-inch ring gauge. It is not. This is like a 46, right? Corona is like a Corona, like 42 ring gauge, 41 ring gauge, even anything larger. Once you get to that big Robusto, that big 50-inch ring gauge, you want to do the full cut. Is what I prefer to do. That's just what I prefer to do. You could still do a V cut, but I prefer like a full actual cut. And this V cut has helped remain the overall structural integrity of the cigar, right? Because and it actually isn't burnt. Oh, it's a little hot. It's not that hot though. I said earlier it was hot. And look how that V cut's opened up. Can you guys see that? It's opened up a little bit, and that's what will happen as the cigar heats up. We're almost at the end of our stream here. We did get I did put out my pick. For the final, it is O'Malley. I think O'Malley is going to win this out by this split decision. I think Davishvili is going to get his control time, but he isn't going to be able to do the point damage and the damage that he needs to win this out. You know, you got, but then again, we'll see what the judges are, and I think the judges are going to lean towards O'Malley. He might do more damage with the few strikes he gets in. Davishvili has that scar, right? He could get that could be easily opened up, right? So I'm leaning on Sean O'Malley. I wish he would have gotten him at dog prices. Minus 135 is still not bad for him at all. And he's definitely parlayable. Definitely a good parlay piece. Good parlay leg. Like maybe with Irene Aldana. Because I don't think Dumont's going to take her down. And Aldana's going to piece her up the distance control. Like we saw, like Holly Holm beat Aldana by taking her down. And Norma Dumont, her wrestling is just not there. She's going to stay on the feet. She's going to keep it on the feet, and she's going to be pieced up because Irene Aldana could fight at distance. She's going to have the height and reach advantage. She's going to have the better, crisper boxing, and she's going to point fight, and she's going to take this outright. So if you guys wanted a parlay piece, I don't know how it's going to work out. Let's see if anybody sent anything else. No, nobody sent anything else. I think the parlay of Sean O'Malley, Aldana is pretty good. And Lopez Ortega, wow, man. This one's a tough for me, and I think Lopez has just got the momentum, right? He's got the momentum, and that's why he's the favorite. He's got the momentum. He's got great jiu-jitsu himself. He's the jiu-jitsu coach for all these other Mexicans. He's got his whole team with him, and he's the top of the team. He's the focus of what all, even more than Alexa Grasso. Everybody looks to Lopez for leadership and for his not just his mentoring, but his MMA opinion. And he's there watching Grasso fucking punch. And I watched her on the mitts. Man, that's why people underestimated Grasso from the start. Man, that girl hits hard. Like, yeah, she doesn't have the knockouts and all that other stuff, but she hits hard. And I think that what's forced about Valentina to get susceptible to being taken down, right? Like Grasso has just got good striking, and it opens Shevchenko up to being taken down. And with the combination of what she's doing on the feet with the control time, she's going to win that out too. And I think that Lopez can do the same thing. Like Lopez is going to be able to tag Ortega on the feet where he's going to want to get this to the ground. He's not going to be able to. He's going to have to stand and bang. And I think that Lopez has better striking, better boxing, and he's with better boxing partners. Like you look at the other Mexicans on this card, he's just better prepared. Have anybody still left? Yeah, I got two people in here. Anybody else say anything? No, nobody else said anything. But yeah, I think he's just better prepared. So maybe a Trixie with like Sean O'Malley, Aldana, and Lopez. I think that that might have to look at that. Right, you do the Trixie. You guys know what the Trixie is, like where you're basically doing 1 3-pick parlay. You're doing then 2 parlays with the other individuals, and you put 100 on that Trixie, and that's the Trixie play of the night, right there. I think Irene Aldana is going to beat Norma Dumas, and there's some other ones there. There's another Mexican girl that's in a tough fight against a Brazilian, and she's a favorite, but a little too rich. Like I think Aldana, I like that number better. I think she's only like a minus 130 favorite, just like Lopez is minus 130, and O'Malley's like a minus 130. So you put those 3 favorites together and see what happens. We're gonna see. We're gonna see, people. We're gonna have another discussion about this. I will be going live before the fights. I will also be putting out another live or going trying to get with Joey or other people like to discuss these things, but my main play is going to be Bahamundes. I did say it correctly this time. Oh, no, I did say it wrong again. Bahamundes. Oh my God, Bahamundes at dog money right now, at that plus 130, all day. That's my main play. Ignacio Bahamundes is my main plus 130. Hopefully, people keep putting them because they're gonna bury. They're gonna stack on these Mexicans, and I think it's smart. But you're gonna see these parlays that have all the Mexican fighters in them because they are gonna be the favorites. Like it's their card to shine, right? So I'm gonna, I'm not gonna. I would just leave it at a 3. Like if you want to try to make a little bit more money, you look at some of these. There's another dog Mexican. I forget his name. Against the Filipino guy. Or is he Filipino? Van? Or is he Vietnamese? He's an underdog against Van. And Van's rough, but Van slowed down. He had a fight just recently, and he slowed down. He thought he won. I think it's the guy he thought he won, and he ended up losing that fight just recently. So that's the other thing that's going to be interesting to see, like these fighters that have, remaining active and how active they are. It helps, but then again, it also can be a detriment to you. So I'm, don't want to add any more. I forget which guy who's fighting Van, what his name, but he's part of that Lopez crew too. And he's part of the home team. Like all the Mexicans are on home ground. Look at that. Look at how we're at the nub. Real news, pretty slim. The Chiatas, man. Is that the guy? I think it gets against Shan, right? Real news. Like he's a dog, and I would go with Chiatas if that's who the fight we're thinking about. I'm not on my computer. I'm not able to look at the fights, but I'm favoring all the Mexicans. And in a Mexican at dog prices. Even the girl that is a Mexican girl against a fantastic Brazilian striker, that Brazilian girl, that might be another dog play. I'd have to get back to you on that, Real news. This is one of those cards like when the Russians are in Dubai, or the English are in London. Like they always win, man. Like, of course, one of them's going to lose. One of them is going to lose. And I'm hoping in this instance, it's Manuel Torres against Bahamundes. Did it again, Mondes. And I'm hoping that's the Mexican guy that loses. But all the other ones, I think they're all going to win. I think it's going to be it's a Mexican night. It's their fight to lose. It's their time to shine. They're in their region. Like a lot of them fight out of Tijuana, which is in the train right there in Tijuana, and they're going to have the connections in Vegas to train well. They're not traveling, right? They're in their home turf. It's basically a Mexican advantage. Like they're fighting at home. They are a team. If you watch the embedded the other yesterday, they came out the first one. They're all training together, and that's infectious. When you got Alexa Grasso stepping down and stepping aside of Lopez, who's one of her coaches, of showcasing like him as opposed to her, like losing that shine, but not just in a media sense, but also in a MMA IQ sense. That they're all behind each other and they're pushing each other. Like their training session looked like it wasn't we're slowing down at all. We're taking it easy. We're having fucking tacos, getting our hair cut like they normally do. No, they're focused this time. They're really focused. I think all the Mexicans are going to win. He says Chiarez was supposed to fight Kevin Bogues, but now it's Joshua Van. Yeah, the Van fight. Yeah. I think no. I'm all in. Dude. Real news. I'm on Chiarez. I think I got it right. Well, he was fighting Van. Van, not the best fight IQ. Hits hard. Van fucking cracks. But Chiarez, Mexican fighter, in his home crowd. If he gets certain takedowns, he's going to keep that ground game going. Well-rounded fighter in that camp that has a good mentality. So I'm with Chiarez, especially if he's at dog money. If Chiarez at dog money, you got to take him. Like these Mexicans at dog money, if they are dog money, you got to take them. You got to take them. Yeah, I like Chiarez. I like the way he moves. He's quick. Van is quick too. They have the similar builds, but it being at home basically, I'm all on Chiarez to take that fight, especially at the dog prices. I'm with my main dog. I told you guys my main dog, Bahamundes. I did it again. It's Mondes. I did it again. I keep doing it. Mondes, Bahamondes. Ignacio Bahamondes. Mondes. See how like certain Spanish, even for Spanish people, it's a little difficult. I had that with my short as well, but like Lopez, and I'm Lopez, and he's Lopes. Some people call him Lopes, Lopez, Lopez. Yeah, he can smoke this to the nub, still puffing, still fucking drawing well. This is the AJ Fernandez Cameroon cigar. Like to get it at a bigger ring gauge. The Toro, this is not a genuine 50 ring gauge cigar, but I wanted something aged already. My cigar guy knew it was aged, ready to smoke now. Fantastic placation, great construction, holding together at the snub stage. Right? Fantastic. Just great cigar. Again, could have been a little more flavorful. I think the quality of the Cameroon is there. It's just may not have been the best, but still, like I rated it 8.5. Still a fantastic rating. Still a great cigar. Not for the novice, not for really like a newbie into the cigar smoking, but if you like especially if you like a stronger cigar and you want something a little softer, or if you're into something that has super like rich flavors, this is a little step back from that, just a level. Like I highly recommend this cigar. There were some other fights to look at, but I'm glad that Real News, you mentioned that Chiara's Van fight, because I was looking at that one, especially at Dog Money. I like what you're mentioning. I like what you're bringing to this conversation. I appreciate that big time. Like, yeah, that Chiara's Van fight is something to look at, and I think Chiara is at that Dog Money is worth a little crack at. Nothing great, but worth it. There's some good gambling spots on this card, and this is a good card. I don't, it may not be selling well as an event, but as a card, like a fight card, like this is a really decent card. Like 2 championships, which is great. Always got 2, 3 is even better. If they had the third fight, it'd be great. But all these Mexican fighters are fantastic, and all their opponents are really good too. Like there is not a. I didn't see there was one fight that was a filler, and I think it was Ode Osborne versus. I forgot who Ode was fighting. I think that's the only filler in there, and I didn't like Ode as that much of a dog, right? I forget who his name is, but I don't like him that much as a favorite. But Ode Osborne is he's gonna get wiped. He's gonna get wiped. But I think that was the only big filler or filler of a fight that I saw. All the other fights are legit. Who cares about what the gate is and what anybody say anything else? No. Yeah, look at how able I'm able to smoke this. How low can you go? And I held it in my hand the whole time. I put it down. It's getting a little hot there. It's getting a little bit more. And it's nub worthy. It's nub worthy. I'll give it the nub worthiness. Like this, AJ Fernandez, Cameroon. Look at that placation. Beautiful construction. When you see that placation and that it retains its form at this level, that's when you got whoever the cigar roller, cheers to them. They are an expert. This is a master roller. This was not rolled by some amateur. They didn't, this is rolled by somebody with some skill. And if they didn't have it, cheers to them. Now you have it. You get a promotion if you were a lower level and I smoked this and I said, who rolled this? If I were the boss of the fucking, the cigar shop place, and I'd be like, who rolled this fucking cigar? And then he wasn't in the top area. I'm like, you got a promotion. You're going to get a better seat. You're going to be rolling our torpedoes and our better figurados and the better cigars now. Wow. Burning, that was a lot more oil, which is to be expected. A lot more pungent, which is to be expected, but still, so it's lost a lot of that sweetness to it, but we're at the end of the cigar. We're not going to get that anymore, right? We're smoking for the pleasure of smoking. And it had that rip in the wrapper, but it didn't come into play. Right? We avoided that. Ow! Look at that. Look at how far we got that to there. That's a real nub right there. Look at that. That's a nub. When they say you smoke it to the nub, that's how you smoke the nub. I've always been a good roach smoker, nub smoker. You smoke it to the roach. That little last bit. You gotta, it takes a little skill, but I can feel the little heat on there. I feel the heat. I feel a little bit. Well, if you've made it this far, you are about better. The cigar is done. That means the discussion is done. I appreciate all of you coming in. Anybody that would listen to this, good luck this weekend. We are going live a couple more times this week. Might push out some other content. Please like and subscribe. Hit the notification button if you haven't to that, because I do just post randomly. There's no consistency to what I'm doing. I get it, but that's okay. You are about better. Who came in? Real News said, have a good one. Good luck. Thank you, Real News. Yeah, man, good luck to you, man. I'm going to, I haven't been betting as much, and my volume hasn't been great, but I've been winning. So not winning back much if I've been losing, but I've been winning. So that's what's important is winning. and on the positive. I'm still down for the year. I want to say like $1,500, and it's going to be hard for me to get that back. Only betting 100 a week. Like once you're down, if you're not actually increasing some of your betting, sort of what your bankroll is, it's hard to come back from a deficit. But I've made up a little ground. I only made $100 last week, but $100 is $100 profit. All right. Like I didn't even, I bet $100 and I made $100, right? That's okay. 3 picks, made $100, still a profit. I think that's what you guys should do as well. Bet within your limitations, understand what it is that you're betting on. Don't bet anything you can't lose, right? Like if I really shouldn't even be betting the $100, but I am. And yeah, good luck on that. Good luck, everybody. And if you've made it this far, you are about better. And this is the Cameroon, AJ Fernandez Cameroon cigar. Fantastic smoke. Highly rated, 8.5, but still highly recommended. Good smoke. We're going to have a good event this weekend. Hopefully have a good week, and you guys will also have a good week. And with that, cheers and goodbye. Let's see how I end this stream now. Let's see how I end this.